I've only had
Am I
Pappy
supposed
12.
to read that part? All right. Let me say it again. All right, guys. Welcome to our first segment of Drunkpinions.
Opinions.
Drunkpinions. So we got a couple questions here.
All right. What we got?
All right. First question we have. Pappy is overrated. Fight me. The cult following versus the flavor profile worth $2K.
I've only had
Am I
Pappy
supposed
12.
to read that part? All right. Let me say it again.
God,
Pappy is over. First opinion. Pappy is overrated. Fight me. The cult following versus the flavor profile worth $2K. Many say no. What's your opinion?
I've only had Pappy 12, which is 90 proof, and not good. Not good. I would not. I got this $5 for a raffle, and I have literally 40 or 50 things better than that here that are at maybe a fifth to a tenth the price.
I 1,000% agree. I'd say this Pappy that we have is definitely not worth the price. But like, if you go back, the most expensive bottle that was ever sold in New York, I mean not in New York, in the America, was just sold.
The
it was
America?
United States, USA. It was $125,000. It was a 15 to 20 year cash strength Pappy Van Winkle. Watched the whole video that Pursuit United did on it, or Pursuit Spirits did on it. It's sick, but this bottle in particular that we have is not worth the hype.
I met a local friend named, not Matt, but we were chatting the other day, a guy named Dan. So I think Dan's he's got some foolproof 15-year-old that we have to try versus that. And it's a good profile. Definitely, I mean, obviously Buffalo Trace makes good bourbon, but that's not a $600, $700.
I would take a mellow corn. I would take a JW Dant over that in a blind.
Maybe a Dan. I don't know about the
JW Dant
Dan.
in a blind would probably beat it just because of the
I
flavor
don't know about
profile.
that, but it would be solid. I can drink it any day. Go ahead.
All right. Drunk opinion number 2. The best bourbon in the world probably cost under $60. Nope.
It doesn't have to be a lot higher, but under $60. Number one, I can think of 4 Wild Turkey products.
I think if 4 Michter products.
And maybe even more. No, at least 3 Michter's products that are all
Heaven Hill.
great under $60.
Yeah.
You can go.
But they're not going to be the best in the world. They're going to be solid. They're going to be starters for your collection, but they're not going to be your favorite
You
thing.
can go a couple different variations of Turkey 101. They just came out with the 8-year, which I really want to try. Russell's Single Barrel 10-year, ridiculously good. Russell's regular 10-year, not single barrel, incredible. Rare Breed, incredible.
No, you're 1,000% right.
Michter's US 1 bourbon, sweet mash, rye, all like
No, the entire US 1 collection's top tier.
like $40 to $50, and
I think it's like between 45 and 50 every time.
ridiculously good. Yeah.
All right, let's go. Third question. High proof doesn't mean high quality. Agreed.
High proof really helps younger products
Yeah.
to give it a fuller taste profile.
I think for experienced whiskey drinkers, you're gonna like a high proof better. You're gonna get the purest form of like a whiskey, a bourbon, a rye, whatever, single malt, whatever you're drinking. Like when we get into most of the stuff we drink, like, what is this? This is 130 proof, this is a barrel proof. When you go into your Bookers, those are all like 120 to 130. There's like normal blends we don't like, but there's blends we have. It's a 130 proof, that's top tier.
Yeah, I mean, Elijah Craig, full proof. I
Stag
love.
Junior, 130 proof.
Elijah Craig, 94 proof. No.
Yeah, but like we just said, like going into those $60 bottles before, like if you can, Michter's does the best. they're young, proof products that taste older, and they're finesse.
Turkey too. I mean, you're a big Michter's guy, and I love Michter's too. But I mean, turkey.
We started on Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah. That's where everyone should start.
Everyone.
Yeah. So.
All right. Question number 4. What's more important, Mashbill, age, or hype? I'll start this one off. Mashbill and age will always be more important than hype. Hype is that's the odd man out there. Because like we said with freaking Pappy. Pappy is all hype, but it's almost too smooth for enjoyment. You like a little uniqueness. You like a little proof. You like a little.
Hype came from somewhere. They're winning awards, and that's why it's doing so well. I do think that we got off to we got the 90 proofer to start. So maybe that's not completely fair. And when we did our show on it, we had some really good high proof stuff first. Which we kind of fucked ourselves there, but.
So let's go into age. How do you think about
age in general? Not always, but if you have something a little higher in age, it's gonna mellow it. It's gonna make it. It's gonna give it some better flavor.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, mash bill is the most important thing for me, especially with all these distilleries and tours that we've gone on. Bardstown's the one that stands out the most when they really explain like the difference between the yeast strains and the fermentation and everything, and you're in that fermentation room and you're getting all the different smells, like just sitting there, just smelling it from. Like, they have 48 different ones, and you can smell all of them. Every single one's gonna have a different smell. Some are gonna be banana, some are gonna be citrus, you're gonna get caramel notes off the other.
Are you still talking about Mashbill?
I am, sir.
Okay. All right, okay. Just checking. I thought you were talking about
So,
the love life.
for me, Mashbill's gonna be different. Jack Daniels doesn't make good bourbon.
If you think that, then you don't know their barrel proof products. You don't know.
You haven't gone through their
You don't know
Sinatra
10.
Select.
You don't know 12. You don't know. Their barrel proof rye is just magnifique.
They have one of the best triple mash. I think the only triple mash I like better than theirs is Pursuits.
And we haven't had. I mean, I haven't had. What's the super high proof one?
Coy Hill.
I haven't had a Coy Hill. I would love to have a Coy Hill. You know, we kind of go up to about $200. We've got a lot of expensive stuff, but once you get to $200-300, we're not. That's not really us.
We've been branching out a little bit more. Like he just dropped a little bit on PFG.
Yeah, we've got a PFG. It's good. We do have a Russell's Fort Nelson warehouse coming in tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
So.
But yeah, Jack Daniels definitely make good products. If you're sitting there and you're just like you've only had like Jack Daniels No. 7,
you don't know.
and you really haven't experienced. We talk about it all the time, and I'm not a big Jack guy, but if you go into any of their barrel picks at like a local liquor store, if they have a Jack Daniels barrel pick, this is an awesome rye.
It doesn't get better.
This is an awesome rye.
You can get this between $60 and $90. This is
Yeah.
barrel proof rye, and that will blow your socks off.
All right, let's go 6th question. Put that back. 6th and final. Ooh, can a $30 bottle beat a $300 limited release in a blind taste test?
I think if we took J.W. Dan out and we took out some really crazy good whiskey, I can't promise you. I think there's a good chance someone might like pick the J.W. Dan.
I think we said this, like going and talking back like Dant to Pappy.
Yeah.
Like yeah, but if you put up like Dant against the PFG that we just got, no, PFG's gonna blow it out the water.
Yeah, it probably will, but yeah, I mean,
there's some of these like bottom shelf bottles that people like sleep on, like early times. If you get a early times like blue top, that's amazing shit. If you guys watch our Evergreen video, the one company that he talks about, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but that was an awesome product. That's stupid cheap.
Yeah, that shit looks good. Yeah.
So it's all about what you're comparing it to and the distillery and everything. So there's a lot more factors to it. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say that a $300 bottle should win.
But if you want to hunt and you just want to enjoy the hunt, you want to get some great whiskey,
you gotta go by yourself.
I mean, I love most of my other YouTubers. I mean, I learned how to like whiskey through my other YouTubers. But the guys who just go on and on about the price. I love J.W. Dant for the price. I love it, but they go on and on. I just want to know how it tastes. Let me decide what I can afford.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
You tell me how it tastes, this compared to that, and be completely honest. Don't like pick my pocket and tell me what I should spend. Tell me how good it is. And let me decide what I'm going to spend.
That's why I like doing our blinds the best. You really get to, like, when it's blind and you have no idea what you're sipping, you're going to get the best thing out of it. When you have a little idea or you know what it is, like, you're going to be a little biased.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple guys like, you know, Jason at Mash and Drum. I mean, there's just tried and true. You kind of find your palate. I mean, Jason's great. There's a lot of great guys out there.
Yeah.
And I go with that, so.
Hey, well, heard it here first. That was Drunkpinions with Three Bears Whiskey Company. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.